Hey, what's up guys? It's Jaws here bringing you a new video from ARK Hillsburgh, and I'm standing here with
Hello, my name is Corny. I'm the librarian of Hillsburgh. So welcome to our little city.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Okay, this is the northern entrance as we call it, and at least the big gate. Now I must warn you, events are rapidly evolving into, well, something akin to a firefight here, so we might catch a few bullets. But anyway, let's just head back in. Meet the city of Hillsburgh. Now, to give you a small tour, to your right you see the bakery, which is a little sign over there, and it actually has an entrance over here, with a little counter and some seats for the people to wait in.
Nice.
We have one baker, I think she's offline right now. We used to have another one, she changed tribes recently, she was also the city's artist. We shall miss her highly decorated cakes. So, and to the left we have a huge apartment building that currently houses 4 different people. I think one apartment may be free. No, actually all apartments are taken. Hillsburgh is still growing actually. We've lost a few people, but we've gained more. So despite a few setbacks, we're still growing to a larger tribe, which is definitely a good thing. Now to your left, that's obvious, that's Sven's place, if you can read the signs. The trader Sven, who's not officially part of the tribe yet, but he lives here, actually rents the house, and obviously does business with us.
Nice.
And to the right we have the barracks. Now this is something you probably want to see from the top first, so let's walk up this ramp here.
Okay. Whoops.
Now if you see, it actually has a small courtyard and a ramp leading down to it before you head in the building. That's a very typical kind of architecture that would also serve as a small bow range. Very small one, but it would still serve its purpose. So let's get in. So a small area that we use for a drilling area or instruction for the new soldiers.
It's very nicely done.
Thank you, sir. So this is the inside. It's spacious, it has various containers containing all kinds of ammo and weaponry. And upstairs, if I'm not mistaken, yes, there is the cage. Used for torture, I mean used for just holding people who would not behave properly.
That's a very good idea.
Yeah. And then there's this little ladder. Let's try to climb it, shall we? We might have a good look of the city. So there will be the guard post, and from here you can see most of this tier of the city. We're now in the middle tier that has the entrances on both sides. To the left you actually have the docks, where we store the ships obviously and have some stuff as well. And to the right we have the stables and some of the higher tier buildings, also some of the more important ones.
Alright.
So let's get back down. Mind your step. I'll close the doors behind you.
Oh, nice. I'm pretty sure that I couldn't close that one.
No, these doors are all on a very strong lock, you see. I mean, obviously this is the barracks.
It would make sense, yes.
Yeah. Some of the other doors are have less stronger locks, and you can get in if you have the right key. But as a rule, people stay out of each other's houses, and strangers can't come in at all. Now this would be the middle square of Hillsburgh. We have a gate over there that's leading to the docks. The street goes down through the southern part of the tribe, and that's where we also store dinos.
What's going on?
A moment, please.
Alright.
Okay, so these are the stables and the storage area. Please come in.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
And apparently we have to watch out for a sniper somewhere, so please keep your head down.
I will.
So yeah, something happened here obviously. Might be a weight issue. This is where we store most of the animals. We used to store them outside, but obviously we had a giga problem. And that caused us to demolish a few buildings and make room for this. This is actually one of my designs. This was unused space up until I decided, well, if we raise the roof a little bit, we could make a wonderful stable out of it.
Yeah, it's actually still a pretty good, nice looking stable.
Yeah,
I'd say.
it can only store the smaller animals, but that will keep half of them safe anyway. In here we have the storage area, and everything is color coded. The color codes are on the wall at the entrance. Everything has their own section, it's all quite sorted. And it all has a very strong lock, so people wouldn't just get in. People of the tribe are allowed to just take things, but we have a rule that's basically give more than you take. So if you take something, gather some materials when you can to put it back.
Nice.
We do have some problems with people not holding to that rule, and we do have to point them out. It's a goodwill thing. You have to want it.
Yeah.
Like this door that doesn't want to close, but it's now okay. So let's see the docks then. Again, mind your head, there might be snipers out there.
Yep. Maybe you should close the door in case.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Okay. So, these are the docks leading to the doors leading to the docks. There we go. That's one of our guards, Trika. He's very busy right now, trying to get all the tugs out of the way. Good man. So the docks are quite spacious. As you see, there has been some construction recently. We wanted to build a keep. First it was up on the upper tier of the city, then we moved it here. You can still see the wooden platforms. But then our leader, Lord Felman, left, and we demolished the keep in the end, as it served no purpose anymore. The dock is under construction as it is. So here we have a vacant building. Actually Circa has making use of it, so that's a good thing, I suppose. A couple of other buildings here that are used by various people. And this is probably the pride of our little town, one of them at least, the Little Dragon Tavern. Now a funny thing, do you see the painting on the side?
It's great.
The painting on the side?
That's great. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Alright. I don't know where it's coming
Big
from, I
shot.
assume this is fine.
Yeah, you're talking about this big painting here?
Yeah.
Yes?
It's hand painted in-game.
That's...
So someone who used to be in the tribe actually took a paintbrush, stood there for 2 hours and created this magnificent masterpiece.
That truly is amazing, actually.
Yeah. So we're quite proud of this. Oh, there's Kirka again. I certainly hope we don't get under fire. Anyway, this is the tavern. Let's get in. Might actually be safer. So this is the
Hello.
Dragon Tavern. It's recently refurbished.
Hello.
So
How
The
shiny.
tables have been moved, the prices have been adjusted. There's a little bar
I got
here
more
that can be
on those
used.
people. I sat at their base and I watched them and watched them
actually
and
Give
watched
me
them
just
until
1
someone
second.
confronted me.
Yeah.
Just had to put in-game voice volume off, and we can continue.
Yes, obviously. I mean, as I said, a lot is going on. I shall do the same thing.
Yeah, it's been quite a hectic evening, it seems.
Yeah, to give a quick recap to the viewers, Hillsburgh is at the bottom of the southern mountains, and it used to be a very nice place to live, but somehow the Gigas have spawned with increased rates here recently. On top of that, settlements nearby have been raided. They were also part of a tribe, and now the raiders have come here. So Hillsburgh is quite literally under attack.
While we're filming.
Well, we're filming. We used to postpone the filming, but we figured, well, you know, it will make the video more exciting. This is an actual nice picture. I'm not sure, it might be meant to be Lord Feldman. I'm really not sure. Now upstairs we have, oh, there's a few doors open here. Not sure, this is a small room that's not used. I think it might be more of a tavern room that people can sleep by. You have to duck to get through here. There you go. And you have a lovely little balcony over here. With a view on the docks, nice seaside little place. I think it's very nice indeed.
It definitely looks nice. I mean, it's very, very nicely done, all this architecture in this town.
I believe this was done by Wolf, one of the tribe members.
Yes, I have met
He's
him.
one of the more long-standing members of the tribe.
It's a nice view from here as well.
Yes, exactly. So, to the left you see the end of the walls, to the right there's a little extension to prevent people from too easily entering the harbour. And for added security we obviously have the middle wall, so that even if they do get on the docks in Hillsburgh, they can't get into the actual city. So let's get back down. I'm going to close the door,
Yeah,
because
that's
we're obviously under attack.
probably a good idea.
There we go.
Thank you. Whoops.
Pardon me. Okay, so let's move to the right. So you see sometimes we've posted dilos on certain spots that are not in the way, but these would serve as the city guards. If one of the buildings or animals is under attack, they will step in to deal with the intruder. At the very least they'll warn us of an attack.
It's actually a very good idea. Considering the circumstances.
Yes, exactly. And if they get killed, we'll know who did it.
That's
Logs and all.
that's true.
Okay, so this door leads back to the middle tier of the city. I'll have to close it again. And we have a small secluded garden here. Now, you see we have several dung beetles. These were a recent addition to the game and they've proven to be quite a boon to the city. They create so much fertilizer and they also create oil as a byproduct.
Wow, that's actually amazing. I didn't know that. Probably gonna get some myself at some point.
Well, they are quite handy, but they're very hard to tame on this island. They spawn in swamps, but you only find one or two in the entire swamp, and they're quite small if you are looking from the air.
Are they able to be bred?
Yeah, well, bred I'm not sure. Tamed, yes. They don't have any discernible male-female gender.
Oh.
The gender actually says not available.
Okay.
Maybe they'll lay eggs in the future, but right now it's you just have to tame them as they are.
Alright.
I like them because they're quite colorful as well. Now, one thing that's actually quite handy, that probably a tip for the viewers as well, these things need poop, dung, etc. And these animals here, whose name I always have difficulty to pronounce, but these big pigs slash elephant things, if you feed them stim berries, they'll poop several times in a row. So it's actually quite easy to feed the beetles all the fertilized poop.
That's pretty nice.
Now up here we have the little ducky trade. This is the central trading point of the entire city. Ooh, I think I saw someone jump on the docks up there. And the little girl you saw walking by to the right, that's Anka, that's the trader and the current tribe leader. Oh, there goes, that's Simon. He's from the ARK project, and he's currently allied with our city, or at least helping us defend against the attack.
Nice.
So you can see
Good.
quite a lot of exciting RPs going on here at the moment. But we'll pretend we're invisible right now. Let's get inside.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Okay, you have to duck to get in here. So this is little Anka shop. She got quite a stash in here, also in the back. She's a hoarder. She gives everything a place. All these cases are filled to the brim with random objects. She also sorts them, but she does so upstairs. So let's take a look at Anka's little private space. Quite cozy, as you can see, lots of storage boxes, lots of room. If you need anything in Hillsburgh, Anka is the place to go to.
Nice. I actually went to her in my own in-character section. It was really, really nice.
And this is a little window where you can watch the downstairs trade. I think there's a little bit of lag there, isn't there?
Oh, there might be. I'm not quite sure yet.
Okay. Well, anyway, the Anka can watch the window from here if some other trader just happened to be wandering by. Okay, so let's get back. Mind your head.
So what about all these doors leading into the walls? Or are we getting to that at some point?
I think I'll give you a tour of the walls later on. They all lead up to the towers. Because of the various Rexes and Gigas, of course, we had to do a very decent amount of protection. Unfortunately, they're not proving enough against the Gigas. At least, if a Giga would come in here, it could actually chew through the stone. And we could leave some of the animals outside, but they would not be able to defend them. As many viewers would know, Gigas are very, very overpowered at the moment, or actually very powerful, to say the least. So to the left there's a smithy. There's actually a little hole here. You can park your animal here, and then just unload by standing by the window. That's a neat little system we devised.
That's a good idea.
Saves a lot of time. So let's get in. We put fences around to make it harder for people to actually get in. And this is the actual smithy. Now, I did not create this one. I think it's very well furnished. It actually looks like this would be a busy smithy with one person making all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it really looks good, man.
Our current smith is named Chas. He's a very good fellow. A bit all over the place sometimes, but he's a very worthwhile addition to the tribe.
Yes, I have met Chess. He was actually the first person I ever met from.
Yes, he's a very cheerful guy. I like him.
Yeah.
Now upstairs is a little more storage room. This is the backup room for storage. All kinds of things can be stored here. Lots of room for blueprints as well. So we usually don't store them here anymore. Just the basic storage. Thing is, Hillsburgh is small, so we tend to use all the room we have. As you can see, the various are close and buildings on top of each other.
Yeah, I've noticed, but that also makes it charming in some kind of way.
Yeah, cozy to some extent. If you're wondering, this building over here contains a fabricator. Not a lot more than that, but we do need a fabricator for certain items. The Hillsburgh tries to roleplay or work as a medieval city, and does so for the most part. But for the various reasons, to actually make ourselves defendable, we do need guns
Yeah.
of some caliber at least. So we use the low-level guns, the pistols, and the simple long-neck rifles. Though right now our long-neck rifles are of a very, very good quality. Now follow me, please. Yeah, mind your head. I'm not sure if the sniper is already dead.
We'll find out, I guess.
No, hopefully not. I'm actually curious what this door is. I've never seen this one before. Let's check it.
Exciting.
Oh, it's a little upstairs area where you can watch the stables. It's not really that much. Oh, actually the city. I thought it was also leading to the stables, but they built it closed apparently.
Always good to have a spare room.
Hold up. It's made for small people.
Yeah, apparently.
Lord Pelman actually suffered from dwarfism, so most buildings have been built to his stature.
Alright.
So this is a stable. We put all the other animals in here. Still small animals, mostly. The big animals we have are rexes and mammoths, and one spino. Everything that's not that will be stored in here, or in the stables downstairs. You see a lot of empty spots. That's because we used to have more animals, but giga attacks have taken their toll. We actually lost 26 animals in one night.
That's quite impressive and also quite sad.
Yes, it makes you wonder about the gigas. To be
Yeah.
honest, I like it that there is an actual mob in the game that inspires fear in even the most experienced players. But they are so common these days that it's not really doable to stay here anymore.
Makes sense.
You can try to shift past this, but you have to duck a little. They were parked in a rush because of the fighting. So this would be the aviary. We store our birds here. Usually they store the Quetzal at the tower or keep, but the said tower was recently demolished, as was the keep, so we just have to fit it in here. There's currently enough room because most people are using the birds right now because of the attacks, but I think we have over 15 birds in the most.
Nice.
This would actually be a good spot to check out some other parts of the city. From here you can see the docks in the lower tier, and you might notice that all of our towers contain ballistas. Now we found they're not quite as effective against swift moving targets, so players and flying players would be quite safe from them, but they're excellent against gigas and rexes.
They look like it at least.
Yes, so let's go down again.
Yep. Whoop. Just had some life trouble and I'm back.
Very well. So to the right we have the clinic. If something happens, this is where you'll end up. There's a lot of bats, so it's very easy to get back here, and it has never failed on us. This house has been recently built up from the ground. Oh, well, let's get out of the way. Molly coming through. So this building has been recently built. It's Astrid's building. She's our local guardsman and also one of the city leaders, part of the core group. There's not. I think she mostly uses it for storage right now, as she's very active in, well, actually being the guard in this city.
And she built it herself, or you also got people for building?
No, we sometimes have people for building, but as it is, I think we each build our own building. I do fancy myself an architect, but I can't claim that I've designed or built these buildings. All I can claim are the stables and the library, which is where I'm bringing you next.
And this was yours, right?
Yes, this is my personal pride, the Hillsburgh Library.
It's a nice sign.
Total, Yes, thank you. It's a total of 4 stories tall, including the basement. And I like to claim that it has most of the information of this island. So let's get inside. Now to the right we have the fiction section, which is actually relatively small because people here tend to try to find useful information. But there are a lot of people on the server that like to write and write stories as well. So we put them in here. And I've put in a little extra box so that if people borrow something, want to return it but don't know where it was, they can just put it here and I'll sort it out. Now in this row you'll notice that a lot of these paintings are blank. Only 2 are actually occupied. That's this one here and the one on the end. That's because they still need to be filled with information on the various tribes. This one has information about the various smaller tribes, and this one has information about the Riders of Valinor, one of the larger tribes. And I used the paintings to give the emblem, to put the emblem on there, so that they will know, okay, this is about this subject.
That's actually a very good idea.
I find that the painting canvas is the best thing to use right now. You find that most bookcases are empty because of a move or planning, but books are all stored somewhere else, somewhere safe for the moment.
Yeah, I know about the moving of
Yeah,
the
it's
city.
probably something we'll want to discuss later on. So here we would have the different sections, general areas of the island. Insects, sea creatures, land creatures, air creatures, and still some flora and fauna, the vegetation. So I marked them all with signs and I've given the individual bookcases labels, like this contains A to E, so you know where to look for an Agavantis or a Pterodon. Yes, again, they're all empty as it is, but they are actually quite filled when we finish the move.
I guess the viewers will understand.
I suppose they should really check out the new Hillsburgh in time.
Yeah, we'll make a video about that when you get settled and stuff.
Exactly. Now upstairs is my own little corner. So this is my little corner. It's not that spacious. I've made the most of the room. Put a bed in there, some storage area, a fridge, a preserving bin I should say, and the desk to write my notes obviously.
So what's out here? Is that a balcony or something you have in your
Indeed.
room?
And I must tell you, the sunrises here are amazing. As is the view, of course.
This must be the best view of the city.
I reckon it is. I took some liberties when constructing the library because there were some restrictions and I kind of built around them. But Lord Feldman let it slip because he was actually impressed with how I built the library. I usually tend to be here when the morning starts because you see the sunrise from here, you see the docks from here, and you can actually see the wildlife, what's going on with other tribe members from here. We usually use the area to the right to gather the various things, like wood, stone, metal even.
Okay. So are we heading back down now, I guess, to the basement, or?
Yes, indeed we are. I'm going to show you some secret stuff.
Oh, secret stuff. Also for the viewers, so you know, this video, when this gets up, this is probably filmed a couple of days before this will be up. And the reason I'm not putting it on the internet right now or on YouTube is because that otherwise these secret parts we're about to see are not really for the eyes of other people than people from Hillsburgh, sorry.
Indeed. The thing is, and it's probably best to mention, because of the giga attacks, the entire city is moving. It's too much over here. We actually, just today, we had 2 gigas around, we had up to 3 to I think 5 at one time. I wasn't on then, but 5 gigas in a single day. And while it's nice to have a threat that you have to be on the lookout for, it intrudes with what we want to do. We can't RP with other people. We can't gather materials, and our materials and our time are being drained by these beasts. So we had to make a choice, either switch to big huge metal walls, which, well, you've seen the city, it's not what the city needs. The only other option is moving, so that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go downstairs. I'll put up storages because apparently it's getting late. Oh, this one's actually empty. Oh well.
Are they burning with crystal?
They're burning with angler gel. Most torches in Hillsburgh are. Angler gel burns a lot longer than wood. Sorry for the pun. And they can last for days, actually.
Wow.
So it's easy to light the streets, and as long as you have a good supply of angler gel, it's not that hard to keep the entire city lit during the night. Now this is the engram section. That's a section that's normally closed off for other people, so only the Hillsburgh people could come here, and only admins would be able to get the rare and epic engrams. So it's quite special that you are here. The only reason being is that because we are moving. So we have a weapon section, a saddle section, an armor section, tool section, and 2 rows for the building sections, and some recipes and various miscellaneous stuff. And these are all empty right now, again because of the move. I'm not going to tell you where they are, obviously. And I fancy that when we've rebuilt Hillsburgh, the common ones will be in the library, and the epic engrams will be stored somewhere safe. The thing about the library is that I want it to be as accessible as it can safely be to other people. So that would mean the normal engrams will be accessible to all people, some of the rarer stuff to just Hillsburgh people, and you have to ask the librarian, that would be me, as an admin, to get the really important stuff if you want to have it, and you'd have to need my permission.
Alright.
So that's the system we've designed. It's working so far. We haven't had any theft yet, and we like to keep it that way.
Yeah, of course, of course.
I think the good thing is though, several people from other tribes have asked me if I could make some stuff for them because they know I had the engrams, and this is a very good thing to have for trading. So I would recommend to people on other servers to actually have one library somewhere, make it defensible, but that's a very good thing to have because you could build anything. Also another tip would be to put compies in here so that if people break things here to get engrams, the compies would attack them, and when compies get killed, that will also show in the tribe logs.
Nice.
Now there's a secret alcove in here that's hard to spot. So this is a restricted section. I usually put the engrams in here that have yet to be sorted.
Alright.
And there's a door leading to the basement.
The
Or
basement
actually
of the
hidden parts.
basement.
Yeah. I could actually call it the catacombs of Hillsburgh, because that's what it is. There's a feeding trough in here to keep the compies fed that usually reside in here. And further down we have a couple of doors. This one leads to my personal storage area, which is still filled as of it is. I still haven't had time to move it yet. We are planning to, but yeah, guess what, Gigas. So this is where I used to keep my personal storage because I was trading for engrams, and you do need to have a personal trading supply to be able to trade. I can't just use the supplies of the city, I'd have to ask. Since I need rare engrams the most, it would put quite a drain on the city coffers. So I tend to gather my own material and try to trade with what I have.
Alright.
I think though, since I'm an admin now, we'll switch to a different system where most of the normal stuff will be open for public, and imported materials like cementing paste will be for your use of traders and admins only. Very small storage area, never use it actually. Actually used it once to store a body that did not belong here.
Okay.
It's a very strange story. And this leads to Ash's home. I don't have permission to go in there, so we'll refrain from going in there any further. But it's all connected, and this is one of the safe areas in Hillsburgh. So let's get back up. Actually, I've placed a ramp in here. We used to have a window in here so that if animals from the outside could just park and we could easily grab material and store it in here. But that's in days long since past. I think it's actually getting morning again, isn't it? Might be mistaken. I think I'm mistaken. Mind your head. It's quite small in here.
I'm standing right behind you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were downstairs. So there we go.
Alright,
So,
let's
yeah.
get on with it.
That's the library. Again, I'm very proud of it, and I find
You
it
should be.
a very useful addition to the tribe and the server as a whole.
I am looking forward to use it when you get your next city settled.
You're welcome to do so. So this is another resident building. It has various apartments. I don't think the whole place is actually owned by one person. I think that, yeah, the bottom part is owned by one. And you have a ramp leading here to, whoa, that's a big bird. To an upper part that's blocked. But that's used by another player. So again, we try to make the most of the space we have. So that's all the inside, so let's take a look at the walls.
Okay. Metal hatches.
Yeah. We do have need of some protection. Though I'm not sure why they would use this, as I saw them using trapdoors at other places. So over here we were standing, I think across the, no, we just be standing close to the gateway. It's one further down. Mind your step, there's an open hatch. I'll try to close it. No, can't. So now standing across the gateway of Hillsburgh. It's a shame it's dark. Yeah, in the morning it will be a better sight, I suppose. But out here we keep our big animals. We actually have a small taming pen for Dimitrodon over there. They're not tameable per se, but we can keep them around like that. We used to have a little camp down at the basin over there, near the water, where new players could come and live temporarily before they would be accepted to the tribe. And that's how I started actually.
Oh, nice.
We ended up demolishing it because it didn't allow respawns that close to the city, which meant that I respawned all the way on the entire side of the isle and they would have to come pick me up. And I was willing to stay despite that, but we lost some players because they couldn't find us back again. And that's a shame. Okay, so if you walk down here, you might notice that we have some very strong lightning here. That's because one of our boats is shining a spotlight on the city. Again, I imagine it's because they want to help it defend against an attack. So to see if there are any snipers on the roofs. I sure hope they don't think we are. So from here you can see the entire deck area. You see, I think it's Circa that's running around and actually checking areas.
It seems like everything really is like thought of when it comes to all the catacombs and all these walls and stuff. It all fits very well.
Yeah, exactly. I'll show you some other spots as well. Let's go downstairs.
I am having some lag trouble on these parts. I don't know why.
That's
These
right.
walls.
Now there's Anka again.
Oh, we just barged into the middle of the RP.
Yeah. We'll just quickly go out of it.
And I can't really get out. Anka's in the way.
Oh.
He
should
sees
get out
me,
of
he
the
sees
way.
me. Cool, sweet.
I do hope they forgive us. Okay, well, you've seen most of the city. I think there's just a couple of things more I can show you. And then we can talk a little bit more about the city, and perhaps if it's daytime I'll show you the outer area. I think it's in here. Yeah. So this is the basement of the city. The real catacombs. This is where the pipelines connect. And it's also where players who are offline but don't actually have an apartment store their body for the time being.
Alright.
When I was a new player, I came here and it was kind of a macabre scene to actually see all the bodies lying here. At first I thought they would store that place here, but then it turned out they were alive and well and just the unconscious thing. Mind you, I was still quite new to the game back then.
So when did you started playing on this server right when you bought the game, or did you play it before? Did you play normal before RP?
No, I played normal single player. You see, I have a very big affiliation with dinos. That started out when I was about 4 years old. And I played single player first. Tried out various things, built myself a castle. And I was quite proud of it, but once you've built a castle, there's not a lot of other things to do. You can try to up it and go for the high-tech stuff and try to fight a blood mother, but that was not my intent. I wanted other people in
Your
my
castle.
server. Yeah. So at first I was looking for NPCs because they do add some amusement, but they are hard to find. There are some NPC mods out there, but basically they're humans with dinosaur behavior. They walk around and don't do anything important at the very least. So I figured, well, maybe there's a server out there, but I don't want to go to a server and spend an entire day building something only to find that's been destroyed the next day. So then you're looking for a server that's quite well protected, but I don't want a PvE server either, because I like there to be some danger. I mean, I lost my base once in single player to an angry brontosaurus, and that sort of thing doesn't really happen in a PvE server.
Alright.
So, after looking around, I ended up at ARK RP, and what appealed to me was that this server allowed for PvP, but with several restrictions, which basically meant that your bases would be kept intact. You can't just use brute force to demolish a base to get what you want. You can break stuff, you can break walls and doors if need be, but you're not allowed to demolish everything, that'll get you banned. So while you might lose stuff, you will keep your base, and you'll keep your dinos as well, if they don't attack the intruders. So that saves you a lot of time. Obviously you can put dinosaurs on guard, but that there is a risk in losing them then, because they would be aggressive and that would be free to kill them for them.
Yeah, there's a lot of rules in this server, and it's really awesome that it's like that.
Yeah, I know that some people dislike the rules because it restricts freedom, but in this case I think it protects players and it actually allows them to do more than they would be able to do in a normal server, simply because there's less chance of your animals being killed by someone who's just out looking for fun, and let's put that between quotes, because how much fun can be to grief someone? I mean, personally, I think it's quite despicable. We do have grievers on the server from time to time. You can't sort out everything. As it is, to get on the server, you'd have to apply. You'd have to take a test to see if you actually read the rules and agree with them. If you do, you get accepted after a period of time, and then you're free to start here. But you don't get very far alone, because it will take you a long time, and once you get some good stuff, you are a target for raiders, because you are allowed to raid people as long as you have an in-character reason. If you are a bandit, you have an in-character reason to raid people, so that's basically what's happening around us now. So it's not like this server is totally free and we're protecting everyone. However, your base will still remain. You can make small progress, and if you band together with other people, you can actually achieve something like this. So we have a city with a lot of members. There's usually someone online, so that actually protects us against griefers. And we've got quite a nice system up here, and it would be perfect if not for the gigas.
That's true.
And the sun is coming up. Well, things seem to have calmed down in the city. Shall I show you the outside? That's the last part of the tour.
Yes, let's do that.
And perhaps after that, do you have a bird with you?
No, I don't. I am here with my ship.
Shall I give you a flyby of the city? That might make a nice video.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Okay, well let's first go outside. So this is the outer area. We have a feeding trough here, and we used to store all the animals in a row neatly over here. Thing is, even without the gigas, wolves could come down and attack the animals, and they could defend themselves, but that if they all get aggressive because one animal is attacking them, they will all scatter around the area trying to get to that wolf or saber-tooth or rex or whatever it is. So eventually they will be all over the place, up the mountain. And then of course there's a risk of a giga wandering by, following the trail of tamed animals, eventually to the city. So that's one of the things we had to deal with. One of our attempted options was this big gate and wall over there, but we found that they had to go all around the city. And let's be honest, it's ugly. It's ugly as hell.
Yeah, it really is.
And even so, I mean, it's stone. It wouldn't really protect us if the giga was aggroed or enraged anyway. So that's not a solution either. For the viewers perhaps, spiked walls are a considered option. But there's some... The problem is that if the gigas are enraged, we're afraid they'll eat through the walls and attack the city as well. So that's why we're afraid of using them. It's really a delicate situation. So over here there are several rafts that are part of Hillsburgh. Because of the attacks and because we're moving, we've put them here. We actually moved a few of the rafts here in a panic because there was a giga coming down from the mountain and we wanted to put the various animals on the rafts. You see a Tyrannosaurus sitting on a raft. I think someone moved mine. I had a couple of animals on it as well. But the threat's gone for the most part. I'm not sure about the gunfire, but we'll see. So that's about it. I think we should do a flyby.
Yeah, let's do it. Then I can get
Okay.
some brilliant ass screenshots as well.
Yes, exactly. Okay, I'm going to give you this. Because you never know. But I'll try not to drop you.
Alright.
So could you wait in the spot over here? I'll grab a bird and see if I can give you a flyby.
Yes.
For this occasion I'll use my slowest bird. I have a very speedy one, but because of its speed it's actually hard to pick up people.
Oh yeah, I've tried that before. I think that I've got like 700 hours in ARK.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, and I haven't been playing for 2 months. I just recently got back, so it is quite a lot actually. And
Well,
it's all outside RP as well. So I have a lot of experience with both PvP and just normal PvE.
yeah, I'm not a PvP player. I like to build and I like to create and basically have fun. I like a little bit of PvP and a challenge, but I probably be one of the worst PvP players in the city. I can get what I want because I run the library though. Okay, so are you ready?
I am ready.
Do I have you?
Yes?
I'm not sure actually.
Okay, you don't.
How about you go to the docks because it's quite difficult to pick you up in an alley.
Alright, I will.
It's a big open space and I'll see if I can get you. That's fine, that's fine. Yeah, well it should be fine.
You got me. Now you put me down again.
Oh dear. I mean, as soon as I hit something, I'll put you down. So
Yeah.
be careful.
Just grab me and go straight up or something.
I was blocked by another. To the viewers there, again, I'm a librarian. I'm not a fighter, I'm not a flyer either.
Alright, you got me this time.
Good.
Looks like we're up.
Alright, so let's get some awesome views. So, this will be the front view of the city. If you want me to stop to take a few screenshots, say so.
Yeah, I will.
So this is the southern gate where we entered. You actually see we have a little bridge over the water as well. And the walls with the ballistas, of course. So these are the western walls. There's not much to see on the outside, it's just a wall. So this is the part where the stables and the aviary is. So this is the residential area, the library, Astrid's home. Southern gate, the walls to the dock, and the actual dock itself.
And a bunch of different ships. And that's my ship right there, in case you don't know.
Yeah, we saw you going by a few times. Eventually you were easy to recognize. So, to build a city like this, you'd have to have a close-knit group of people, but they don't have to be your real-life friends, though it usually helps. I think this entire city was built with people who were complete strangers to each other from the start. There was an idea, people liked it and came together and attributed to it. I had an idea for a library, but I didn't know where to build it. Then I found out about Hillsburgh. And this is the perfect spot because it's quite well defended.
True.
So I found my place here. I contribute by actually buying and selling quite a lot. The Quetzal you see there I helped tame by making a deal for quite a lot of kibble. And I could make the deal because I all had a few double engrams and I knew to find the right people. So even if you're not a fighter or not a tamer, you can be very useful to the tribe if you know how to trade, for example, or know how to be a scout in a battle. It's very useful to have someone flying around and reporting over the radio what's happening.
Yeah, so I've heard for the last couple of hours.
Yes, indeed. Not everyone has a radio, unfortunately.
But it's nice that people take it seriously and are role-playing, even though it wouldn't be very nice to lose stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And usually, as long as it's done by the rules, people are very sporting by it. The rules are quite simple. You have to initiate before you can actually attack. Initiate means actually going up to a person and making a demand. If the demand is not met, you are allowed to attack. If the demand is met, then you have no reason to attack. So a reasonable demand or initiation would be, give me all your food or I will kill you. And it can of course be more subtle. Doesn't have to be blunt like that. But that's one of the rules that make this RP thing very workable. And, well, it works for us. You see, you can be very forceful, even without surprise attacks and such. We had 3 riders in full flak armor show up in our city, and while we are well armored, these guys they meant business. They were dangerous. We had to call in our allies to help us chase them away, which makes great RP. It was actually very, very exciting. It was also the reason why I had to postpone making this video for a long time. Now, you have seen some of the RP, some of the people running around. You've probably seen some of the chat in the screen. Yeah, this is basically what we do on the server. There are many more settlements out there, though not quite like this. They're usually more spread out and made of different designs, of different materials. But there are plenty of areas to explore. And I've only met a handful of people probably, or at least not enough to actually know everyone on the server. There's so much out there to see, to do. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, it's, I mean, I've been here for what now, like maybe a week, not even a week actually, maybe a little less, and I'm very positive about my experience so far. I've met quite a handful of people as well, and they all seem like good people. I like when people roleplay, they change their voices and really get in character. I really like that. I try myself. And I have tried myself to roleplay that I lost the voice since I woke up on this beach and stuff like that. You'll probably be able to hear in one of the videos that I have out right now. But yes, I'm also progressing my character through the day, so I'm in here and I actually love it. I've been playing quite a lot of ARK since I started in here.
Well, there you go. Some people go from server to server, play a little bit, and eventually move on again. This is a server where you want to stay. If you apply, you have to wait for a few days, so there's a time investment. It's not for everyone. You really want to play on. If you really want to play on the server, you must really want it and actually make an effort. But if you do, it's wonderful because all the people here are nice and helpful, and I've only have good experience on that count. I mean, even with the looming threat of Gigas and even with the hassle of having to move the city, it's a wonderful experience because we have to rebuild the city, we can try new things, we can try new ideas, and people have to work together in a wonderful way. I'm very positive about this all.
I would understand. I'm really looking forward to see what you have got going on and what you're gonna make. I know that right now you have already taken a lot of the best stuff and the most important stuff that you have and stored it somewhere, which makes sense, which is also why you could show me all of this. And I'm really looking forward to see you put all that awesome stuff into a new place and actually, yeah, just see you rebuild a whole city from the ground and up, day after day coming by. I might even take a screenshot every day and let's see how it ends.
Well, that would be nice. I mean, I think the people would be okay with that. Some sort of time lapse would be actually quite cool. Again, the city will be open for visitors, and since we're in a less dangerous area and with more people, we have less need for security like walls and closed off buildings. Well, this basically concludes the tour. Do you have any questions about Hillsburgh, me as a player or other players that could answer for you?
I have no questions. I think that we filled in pretty much enough, and I think this video is very, very, very long, but I think it's a good thing. Like, I think people will enjoy it. I think when people actually gets to see how this whole thing is built and how every room fits, every door, every house, everything is just like one. It's just like everything is a part of one thing, if you know what I mean. Both people and houses, and yeah, it's really. This is probably a server I've been looking for a long time, and I'm pretty sure that when people see this, they will also be encouraged to maybe apply for this server or apply for another server, depending on where they're from and stuff like that. So
yeah, I imagine. I certainly hope so.
I just felt like we had to get this out there. Now, I didn't know that you were about to rip this city apart and build a new one, but when I just saw the architecture the first time I went here, I was just like, yes, I'm gonna make a video about this, and I have to do that.
Well, we thank you for that as well, because right now we would have an actual very good projection of what Hillsburgh used to be. Because obviously we also have taken screenshots, but we haven't done a video as extensive as yours was.
I,
So
I'm probably
we will
gonna
use
put.
that as a reference to the past as well.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I'm probably gonna put it all up. I'm probably not gonna edit that much in it. I'm just gonna leave raw material, long video showing Kingdom of Hillsburgh, and then I guess people will embrace it, and yeah. I mean, it's something. It's definitely something.
Agreed. So that concludes your visit then?
Yeah, thank you very much for showing me around and showing me all the secret stuff and all the non-secret stuff and the different buildings, uses and stuff. It's been quite an awesome ride indeed.
No problem at all. Hey, it was nice having you here, and good luck with your video.
Thanks, and thanks for letting me do this.